You won't believe what happens when 200,000 tons of steel crashes into a city port. And yes, it's all on camera. From luxury cruise liners ripping through docks to cargo ships smashing each other in open seas, here are the 10 most insane ship collisions ever caught on camera. 1. Ever Given blocks the Suez Canal. In March 2021, the Ever Given, a 1,300-foot container ship, became world famous when it got wedged sideways in the Suez Canal. The video shows it slicing through the narrow passage before crashing into the canal bank. The ship blocked one of the world's busiest trade routes for 6 days. Over 400 ships were stranded, and global trade lost an estimated $10 billion a day. Tugboats struggled to move the massive vessel as cameras rolled. The accident was blamed on high winds and human error. But what shocked people most was how easily a single ship could paralyze the global economy, and it was all caught from multiple angles. 2. MS Costa Concordia Disaster. On January 13, 2012, the Costa Concordia, a massive Italian cruise ship, struck underwater rocks off the coast of Giglio Island. The terrifying moment was caught on security and tourist cameras. Passengers panicked as the ship tilted heavily to one side and eventually capsized in shallow waters. Over 4,000 people were on board, and 32 died in the chaos. The captain, Francesco Schettino, abandoned ship and was later sentenced to 16 years in prison. Footage showed the luxury liner sliding onto its side, partially submerged as helicopters hovered above for rescue. The scale of the wreck shocked the world and became one of the deadliest peacetime maritime disasters ever caught on video. 3. USS Fitzgerald versus a CX Crystal. In June 2017, under the cover of night, the USS Fitzgerald, a U.S. Navy destroyer, collided with the Philippine-flagged container ship ACX Crystal off the coast of Japan. Surveillance footage and satellite images show the damage so brutal it tore open the destroyer's side. 7 American sailors were killed, all asleep in their bunks below deck. The container ship was far larger and barely scratched. This wasn't just a tragic accident, it exposed major flaws in the Navy's operations and led to multiple firings and reforms. The video aftermath, with the destroyer barely staying afloat, was a stark reminder of how devastating nighttime collisions can be. 4. Hyundai Tokyo crushes dock cranes. In Busan, South Korea, CCTV cameras captured a nightmare in 2020. The massive Hyundai Tokyo cargo ship accidentally slamming into the port. The ship crushed 2 giant dockside cranes like toothpicks. One crane completely collapsed while the other was left hanging dangerously. Workers scrambled for safety, and the video shows debris falling like rain. It was caused by strong winds and a miscalculated turn. Thankfully, no lives were lost, but the damage was in the millions. The footage became a training case for port safety worldwide. 5. MV Dolly hits Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge. In March 2024, the container ship MV Dolly suffered a total blackout and lost control near Baltimore's iconic bridge. Dash cams and dock security cameras show the vessel drifting straight toward the structure. The result was catastrophic. The bridge collapsed entirely in seconds. Several cars and workers fell into the river. The footage spread like wildfire, showing the terrifying power of a powerless ship. Investigations revealed a chain of mechanical failures and lack of backup power. The collapse paralyzed a key highway and sparked national debates about maritime safety. 6th VLCC Genesis River versus tugboat in Houston. A quiet day in the Houston Ship Channel turned into chaos when a massive oil tanker, Genesis River, collided with a tugboat in 2019. Footage from multiple angles shows the tanker ramming the smaller boat and rupturing a chemical tank. A giant cloud of toxic gas formed over the water as 11,000 barrels of gasoline blend stock spilled. Emergency crews rushed in while drones filmed the growing environmental disaster. The river turned slick with chemicals and nearby communities had to evacuate. The video became a haunting example of what happens when giant ships carry dangerous cargo through tight spaces. 7th cruise ship MC Opera crashes in Venice. In June 2019, the MSC Opera lost engine control and drifted helplessly toward Venice's busy port. Horrified tourists filmed from the dock as the 65,000-ton ship smashed into a smaller tourist boat and then into the concrete dock. People screamed and scattered as the ship's horn blared helplessly. 5 were injured, and the footage went viral in minutes. Locals had long warned about giant cruise ships being too close to Venice's fragile ecosystem. This incident fueled protests and demands to ban cruise ships from entering the city's lagoon. 8. 2 tankers collide in Singapore Strait. The Singapore Strait is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, and in 2014, that traffic turned deadly. 2 tankers collided in broad daylight, and cameras captured it all. One ship was carrying marine fuel, the other, crude oil. The collision caused a massive spill and set parts of the ship on fire. Black smoke billowed as rescue boats scrambled to the scene. Luckily, there were no fatalities, but the environmental impact was serious. The video shocked viewers with how quickly the collision escalated into a full-blown disaster. 9. Carnival glory hits Carnival legend. In December 2019, a bizarre and terrifying moment was caught on camera when 2 Carnival cruise ships, Glory and Legend, collided in the port of Cozumel, Mexico. Cell phone videos show the towering vessels scraping and crunching into each other as passengers scream from balconies. It looked slow, but the damage was massive. 1 person was injured by falling debris. The footage became a meme for slow disasters, but experts blamed strong winds and port congestion. It was one of the rare times 2 cruise ships from the same company crashed right in front of their own customers. 10th. Bulk carrier smashes bridge in Guangzhou. In February 2024, China witnessed one of its worst maritime infrastructure disasters. A bulk carrier hit the Lixinsha Bridge in Guangzhou. The collision was recorded by nearby security cameras, showing the ship crushing a pillar and sending an entire section of the bridge tumbling into the water. Several vehicles were caught mid-crossing. Rescue workers pulled survivors from the wreckage. But others weren't so lucky. The footage was grim concrete, cars, and steel twisted together. Investigators blamed mechanical failure and poor weather. But it raised questions about bridge design and port oversight in growing urban areas. Massive ships, tiny errors, and devastating results. These collisions prove that one wrong move can cost millions or even lives. If you found this shocking, make sure to subscribe for more unbelievable real-life footage and stories.